Hogwarts Legacy. Get the whole Harry Potter experience from shopping for your school supplies and letting an old man measure your wand,
10.5 inches?
attending Hogwarts classes, and even letting the sorting hat decide which of the 4 houses you belong to.
Perhaps you belong in Hufflepuff.
Of course I'm not Hufflepuff. I choose ambition and power.
You belong in Slytherin!
It was in that moment that I knew it was my destiny, no, responsibility, to bully some mudbloods as with Slytherin tradition.
You filthy little mudblood.
But this does lead into one of my biggest criticisms with Hogwarts Legacy. I'm kind of forced to play a character that is a bit too much of a goody two-shoes, who's overly polite to everyone. I can already hear the comments, but Peter, Hogwarts Legacy is based on children's books. You can't be evil. But here's the thing, you play this goody two-shoes, but the second you step outside of Hogwarts, you become a mass murderer who will slaughter hundreds of humans and goblins without a second thought. And I will admit that there are actually some really dark optional quests later on in the game that I craved and loved.
Why am I not surprised?
So it's 100 years before the Harry Potter books. You're a late Hogwarts student who will be jumping in and attending classes with your own adventures on the side.
Yes, sir. I'm starting school as a 5th year.
Bit of an unusual point to start at, but thanks to catch-up sessions and extra assignments you can catch up and get to the good stuff pretty quick. The main story is decent. I think what it really exceeds at is capturing the essence of being at Hogwarts and going to classes.
Very good! Points to Slytherin!
Hi Quickie, any likes or subs would be an amazing help. I really want to level up my subscriber count because that's going to unlock early review copies of games so I can get these videos out faster. They usually focus around RPGs. Thank you. Everything you find or accomplish gets tracked in your nifty little field guide. There's so many open world activities, challenges to complete, or collectibles to find which will in turn reward you with equipment, gear upgrades, extra inventory slots, cosmetics, and experience points. Yes, experience points.
Really? Interesting.
This is an RPG and you can level up and earn talent points. The talent system is not huge, but I like it. It's pretty decent and allows you to specialize or prioritize in different styles of combat. You can even choose to put points into your stealth for sneaky, stealthy kills. General combat is fairly good. It's very much your free-flow combat similar to Arkham Batman and Spider-Man, where you'll be visually prompted to dodge or block certain enemy attacks. Pew-pew with regular wand attacks and weave in your spells you've learned from your studies. Enemies will put up coloured barriers and you'll need to use magic corresponding to that colour to break their barriers, or do what I like to do and lob random items and ancient magic at them. Ancient magic is pretty awesome and unique to you. As your ancient magic bar fills up in combat, you'll be able to unleash powerful extra attacks. Sounds pretty fun? It is, and it's pretty satisfying successfully blocking and automatically countering enemies. But it can be a bit finicky trying to weave all your spells in and swap between spell sets. You'll eventually unlock quite a lot of magic and not have enough space on your spell bars for everything. While you can unlock more spell sets through the talent system, I still wish I had more. It's so finicky and clunky swapping between skill sets in the middle of combat. I feel like more keybinds similar to how Final Fantasy XIV does it with its controller interface. That would be really nice here.
Unveiling.
I had a lot of fun just exploring Hogwarts, getting collectibles and discovering secrets. Hogwarts is full to the brim with stuff. Now you've got a whole massive open world to explore outside and around Hogwarts, and to be honest, it is a bit much. There's a lot of very similar activities, puzzles and fetch quests. It's a pity the outside world didn't feel quite as magical as Hogwarts itself, and the whole game has partial level scaling. Regions on the map will scale to somewhere between level 20 and 40. You'll accomplish so much, take things off the map and level up, but so will enemies, which makes it all feel a bit pointless. What really powers you up is working your way through the main story and unlocking new spells. Level scaling has a bit of an oversight. If early on you decide to focus on a lot of the side content, enemies will level up with you and outscale you because you're not getting your new spells from the main story. Yeah, so not a huge fan of level scaling.
Any special words you want me to pass on to your mum?
Lots and lots of spells to learn from the Harry Potter universe. They're not just for combat but for solving puzzles and discovering secrets in the world. And like I said, Hogwarts is full of stuff to discover. Overall faithful to the books, while some of the environments reminded me of visual moments in the Harry Potter movies, which in turn are based on the books anyway. So you have the agency of joining one of the 4 Hogwarts houses: Hufflepuff, Ravenclaw, Gryffindor, and Slytherin. You'll live in your house's dormitory, and you'll even have one specific story mission dedicated to your house. But aside from that, while picking your house is a nice bit of flavouring, it doesn't make a massive difference to the overall story and experience.
I suppose not.
You'll still make the same friends across all 4 houses. Now, what really soured my Hogwarts Legacy experience was the performance and bugs.
Sad news indeed.
I must have reloaded my save about 20 times because something has bugged out and I can't progress, and the whole game ran really poorly. Constant horrible stuttering, I tried countless fixes, and I tested the game on 2 good PCs. Turns out the game runs much better on my Steam Deck than my PCs, which should absolutely not be the case, and the game is very poorly optimized.
You can't be serious.
After everything I played this year, including Starfield, I was not expecting Hogwarts Legacy to be the most broken game of all. So be aware of this and do a little research into the platform or hardware you're going to be playing with. If you're going to play, make sure you do the optional relationship side quests, they're good. Exploring the dark arts with Sebastian was fantastic, and I personally thought that little questline was better than a lot of the main story. And once you've completed that main story, you'll get a new quest to progress, and you might be expecting some kind of endgame with the OWL exams.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams.
But no, you'll just speak to 2 people and get a final cutscene for the game. You just have to focus on the existing side content instead. Be aware, there actually isn't any reward whatsoever for completing the field guide 100% other than the achievement. Now that sucks, and to be honest, I wouldn't really recommend going that extra mile for the 100%.
It's a bit odd if I'm honest.
Okay, so what is the verdict? Well, I like Hogwarts Legacy, but my main beef is the performance issues and bugs, which you might not even experience. So if you're going to play, maybe do a little bit of research and find out if your console or hardware plays the game alright. And performance aside, I mentioned I had to reload my previous save about 20 times because an activity or quest just completely bugged out. I don't really think that's acceptable for the asking price. If you're willing to put all that aside, the main story was pretty good. I think it really nails the experience of being at Hogwarts, which is exactly what you want.
That was an interesting class.
I was really surprised how good the optional relationship quests were. Exploring the dark arts and Slytherin's secrets with Sebastian was fantastic. I think I enjoyed this little questline more than a lot of the main story.
It can't be.
General gameplay with the free flow like combat is pretty great. The open world, yes, I enjoyed exploring and making discoveries around Hogwarts, but the rest of the world felt a little bit more like your generic open world copy-paste formula. Combine that with there being no big reward for 100% completion, and I can't really recommend putting in the extra hours and hours of effort for 100%, but definitely dabble in it. Take the time to explore Hogwarts, do the story and relationship quests. Peace for now.